Tom Emmer told us earlier this week he is confident that this does have the votes to pass in the House tonight. But if the SEC is out against it and the White House is out against it, does it stand a real chance in the Senate?
Well, I think the Senate is another conversation. I think the one thing we do know is we are expecting a strong bipartisan vote in the House on the FIT21 bill. And I think that vote is symbolic because it shows that, one, both parties are willing to come together to work on this legislation. But two, it shows that Congress is the one that should be making the policy. The SEC doesn't have the authority today. We need to give the appropriate agencies the authority. We need Congress to do their job. So we're incredibly excited by this vote, and we'll focus on the vote today, and then we'll work on making changes to the bill and evolving the bill when it gets over to the Senate.
You going to throw a party for Gary Gensler when this passes?
There is a party tonight that we're going to pass for the celebration of this bill, absolutely.
There you go.
But yeah, listen, I think that policymaking takes time. It takes a lot of education. This is a very complicated space. And the fact that we are here today having, the full House of Representatives vote on a comprehensive crypto bill, huge milestone. We're very excited in the industry about this moment.
Certainly, it's something that the outgoing Financial Services Chair, Patrick McHenry, has long been pushing for, but he is not seeking re-election. He'll be out come the new Congress. So if it can't get across the finish line in this congressional session, if it can't be tweaked enough in the Senate to actually pass, do we have to start entirely fresh on this issue come January 2025?
Yes, we would have to start over. But quite frankly, I think that's a good thing. I think when this bill was originally crafted, we were coming off of the FTX collapse, and there are some very complicated pieces to this bill. I think as we look to next Congress, we have so many members of Congress today that know more about this than 2 years ago when this process started. And I think we have a lot of candidates right now who are running in both the House and the Senate, and even the White House, that are open-minded towards crypto policy and learning about this space. So I think the set of policymakers that we're going to have in place on Capitol Hill next Congress are going to be even more educated than this Congress. Okay. So it's not the end of the world if it doesn't get done this year, but we're certainly excited that it's gotten to this milestone. I think this shows how mature the crypto industry has come when it comes to engaging with lawmakers. And I think there's also now a recognition that so many people across the country own digital assets. They care about the policies that impact them. And there's a real grassroots swell of support for getting good policy done.
So this is generational, I think, is your point. You call yourselves the collective voice of the crypto industry at the Blockchain Association. Who's the voice of the crypto voter? When you think about the way this plays out at the ballot box, who is the crypto voter? Is this 18 to 24? Are these crypto bros? How does this demographic take form?
It does tend to skew younger. There was a Harris X did a poll recently that showed that 1 in 5 voters are watching what cryptocurrency policy is when it comes to their candidates. So that was a very surprising number. The latest numbers we've seen is over 52 million Americans own crypto. And there actually is an organization for individuals who want to get involved called Stand With Crypto. You can go sign up, be a part of standwithcrypto.org as an individual user. It gives you tools to weigh in with your congressmen and your senators. And I know that organization has been very active in helping individuals mobilize to weigh in on
judging by Kailey's Twitter feed, these are very involved active. That's all
Well, and there is a lot of money here as well, including a trio of super PACs, including Fairshake, that have tens of millions of dollars to throw into this election cycle.
No, I think it's about $100 million that's been raised on the super PAC side. I mean, I think if you have to look from the sort of crypto industry point of view, we believe we've been treated incredibly unfairly and hostily by the regulators, particularly the SEC. And I think that the industry has decided enough is enough, and that we are going to do everything possible to get a fair chance at getting sound regulation in place that strikes a balance between protecting consumers but also fostering innovation here in the United States. And so I think that we're at the big kids table now. We've graduated, we have grown up, we are mature, and we're ready to engage.
Just on a sign of maturity, obviously it was a big moment for the industry when the SEC approved spot Bitcoin ETFs earlier this year. Our analysts here at Bloomberg Intelligence this week raised their odds of spot Ether ETF approval from 25% to 75%. It could theoretically happen as soon as tomorrow. What does it mean for the industry if it does?
Yeah, no, I think it's really exciting. I mean, I think the fact that the SEC is considering this, I mean, I think most people, including the Bloomberg analysts, until they got this new information, had thought that the odds were very low this year. But I think the SEC is probably reading the tea leaves. They realize that it's very hard for them to continue to have this sort of hostile take towards the crypto industry, and that they really can't justify not considering these applications. And so, I don't know if it'll be this week or sometime in the next couple of weeks, but the process definitely seems to be underway. And I think it will be very important, because if the SEC approves these, it really undermines the case that they're trying to make that Ether is a security. And so we think it will be very important for these to get forward. And we're encouraged by that news. Also very encouraged by the bipartisan votes we had in the House and Senate on the SAB 121 accounting rule repeal. That's been another big victory. So yeah, we're having a moment here in crypto policy world, but it's because of all the hard work that so many people have been doing over the past several years that we're finally being taken seriously.